Hello and welcome back to my F1 22 My Team Career Mode episode, or part 11, I'm pretty sure. We are now starting the first race week of season 2. And the first race is the Bahrain Grand Prix. We just had a bunch of personal facility upgrades. Yep. And then we're gonna go upgrade something. We upgrade the cylinder head and the powertrain, and that's basically all of our R&D points. And now we're going to the race week, and there's just Mark telling me the weather for the race. And yeah, that's our practice programs and how much we earned after FP123. And then, as you can see, Mick Schumacher is now my new teammate. So Piastri is out of there. If I think that was my teammate. I don't even remember my season 1 teammate. But yeah, Mick is in, Oscar is out. Then that's just the discounts that our practice sessions are giving us. So basically, like durability and the powertrain, we're going to get discounts on some of the items. There's our team acclaim, me and Mick's team acclaim. And yeah, we are going to go make some more R&D development, since we now have 2K R&D points. And I'm just looking at which one's the cheapest thing to upgrade. And yeah, lots of durability upgrades from our engine supplier, which is Mercedes. We make another upgrade to the MGUH and the MGUK, and I might make one more upgrade to the powertrain, the ERS system. Yeah, so we made durability and powertrain upgrades. You can see that's what we have incoming, and we are going on to our qualifying session for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it still says 2022. It should be 23, because this is season 2. I guess they don't update it. And yeah, so we could go soft tires, and I already have a setup made. And yeah, so now here's my qualifying lap. Okay, we are now right at the end of the qualifying lap, and it looks like I am going to be P8. Let's see, yep, P8, and it looks like Verstappen has pole position in the Red Bull, of course. And behind him is Lando Norris in the McLaren, Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes, Charles Leclerc in the Red Bull, and then and there's the acclaim after the qualifying session, of course. And we're just gonna go back to the screen, this screen. Weather, nighttime, dry. Now it's Sunday. So I'll let Crofty talk about the race week.
Of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36-mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, George Russell and Vettel, Sainz, Hughes, Ricciardo and Kevin Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Esteban Ocon and Bottas, Stroll, Albon, Robert Schwartzman and Guan Yu Zhou, Mick Schumacher, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Okay, that was the end of the formation lap. We have 5 lights and away we go. Now we have Sainz in front of us in the Ferrari, Ricciardo in the Ferrari now, and behind us, and Vettel in the McLaren replacing Ricciardo. We make a dive bomb, overtake Russell in the Mercedes, and we just about didn't overtake Leclerc in the Red Bull. Now we are behind him, activating our ERS. He has the better straight line speed, but I make a dive bomb on him and Hamilton. And then we are right behind the McLaren of Sebastian Vettel. In front we have Verstappen, Norris, and then Vettel, of course. And then going into this turn, just sticking right behind behind Vettel. And it looks like there was a yellow flag for a moment, and now there was a crash, I think, because Zhou Guanyu is out of the race. So there is going to be a safety car. I'm just trying to stay positive, I think, not exceeding the delta pace. I never really understood that, but just keeping the numbers green at the top right. That's what I do in a safety car. So, for positions right now, we have Verstappen, Norris, Vettel, podium position for Vettel maybe. And this McLaren team's looking pretty good, better than his Aston Martin didn't retire at the end of season 1. And then we have me, and then Hamilton and Leclerc, then Russell, and then the two Ferraris, either Sainz and Ricardo or Ricardo and Sainz. And yeah, we are now behind the safety car, which is a Mercedes, I don't know, Mercedes something, not the Aston Martin safety car. I'm just weaving, trying to get temps into my tires. And it's looking like the right front is getting cold. I don't know, it's showing a little blue on the MFD. But yeah. So, yeah. Maybe I should turn on broadcast safety car. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, so we're just, safety carring around, hoping they get Joe when you off the track. What other drivers have changed? I think the Haas lineup, they make a little spin right there. Got caught up on the curve, so I had to corner cut. But yeah, I think the Haas lineup changed for sure because I have Mick now. So I forgot all the lineups. So does it say the safety car is gonna come in this lap? Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, and it is safety car in this lap. And I nearly hit the back of Vettel. So now it's just Verstappen controlling the pace of the field. So yeah, we should be down to 19 cars since Joe's gone. He's still driving for Alpha, I'm pretty sure. Him and Bottas. Yes. Now should be lights out and away we go. We should be accelerating now, but no overtaking until green flags. There we go. The first three get a better start than me. As they're pulling away, I activate my ERS, but they're still pulling away. There's Mark telling me to change strategy. I make a dive bomb on Vettel and Norris. So the two McLaren boys, I've cleared them, and now I'm just P2 behind Verstappen, but I did make a collision with Norris. And I agree with Mark's strategy to pit on lap 8, but I think in the race I changed that. And there, I'm just going to check if I had any damage in vehicle condition. So even though I did have a collision with Norris, I didn't get any damage. And Verstappen has pulled away 1 second gap, so I won't get DRS when it is activated. But I set a green sector, but that's pretty useless since the race just started. And Verstappen currently has fastest lap. Yup. I'm just activating my ERS on this straight. Up to 8. Verstappen's 1.3 seconds ahead. And it looks like Charles Leclerc and the Red Bull overtook Hamilton. And now it's Leclerc P5. And it looks like Vettel overtook Norris. So the podium is looking Verstappen, me, and Vettel. It's McLaren. And McLaren can bring him a championship car. Yes, we are now on the hunt for Verstappen. He sets fastest lap of a 132 point something. I set 132.719. So, and then lap 5, I set a 131.570, which I now have the fastest lap. And lap 6, I just skipped because nothing happened. I'm going to box this lap because I'm just following Max into the pits, so I don't follow the team strategy of boxing on lap 8. So I did box on this lap. And it looks like Vettel is also pitting, and I don't know who else actually, but I'm all the way in this. And I'm pitting on some mediums, same as everyone else. And Verstappen does come out in front of me, but I'm right behind him. And it looks like Hamilton pitted this lap too. And it looks like me and Verstappen, we're going to come out P11 and P12. So I try to do a little look-see on the outside of turn 1. Don't make it. Turn 2, I did a corner cut where exceeding track limits. I do get DRS. Activate my DRS, activate my ERS. try to see if I could dive bomb on the inside, but I'm too far back, so I just tuck in behind him. It looks like my teammate of Mick Schumacher is in front of us, and he hasn't pitted yet, so he's still on softs. So it looks like P10 and below haven't pitted, so they are on the softs, and it looks like Norris is leading, and behind him is Charles Leclerc, George Russell, then an Aston Martin, I don't know who, and then a Ferrari, and then Alpine, and then a Haas, the two AlphaTauris, and then my teammate. Yes. So I am still within the DRS range of Max, which is good, but I have pulled away from Vettel, and he's like around 2.8 seconds away from me, so he won't get DRS from me. So it looks like right now the battle is just for me and Verstappen for P1. Let's see. So now we have basically the second teammate, the teammates of everyone else pitting on this lap. It looks like an AlphaTauri stayed out. I'm guessing they didn't want to double stack, so he will have a later stop than everyone else, which is Yuki Tsunoda. It looks like Norris in the McLaren pitted for some hards. Well, I don't know what McLaren were thinking about, but he did come out in front of Vettel, but Vettel with the mediums. I'm sure he'll overtake Norris in no time with the hards, which need to warm up as well. Like, what are they thinking? Only how many laps? 6 more laps, and then they pitted him on hards, and that don't make sense. Yes. Tsunoda does have a 4-second gap, but we are catching him up real quick because those softs must be falling out of their working tire deg range right now. I'm just still constantly behind Verstappen, just waiting for the right moment to overtake him. Yeah. And then Norris behind is 3.28 seconds. But like, Vettel's gonna overtake him any second. You can look on the mini map, they're right next to each other. And we're just waiting. And then my sector 1, sector 2, they're both reds. So not good times. Obviously. Let's see, it looks like Yuki Tsunoda is going to pit this lap. Let me see, activate. Oh, and then the Xbox was weird, so it just cut to a whole different, because I don't know, we can't record it all in one shot. So I have to record these in 2 shots, so now it just skipped over to lap 9. But nothing really changed. Like, Verstappen still P1, I'm P2, Norris, Vettel 3, 4, Hamilton 5. And Hamilton Russell is 6th. So yeah. Looks like my new teammate, Mick Schumacher, he's at the back of the grid. So, let's see, was it a right decision to sign him away from Haas? I mean, not like Piastri. Piastri was like 19 or 20 or 18. So, let's hope Mick does better over this season, or else I might have to sack him. But don't tell Mick that. Ooh, I did set a green sector 1, but red sector 2. But I still have the fastest lap anyway. And I don't know what Vettel's doing. He went over. Vettel's still behind Norris, even though Norris is on hards. You know, maybe at the McLaren team, maybe Norris is the team leader, even though they signed 4-time world champion Vettel. So let's see. We're on lap 10. And I'm running out of ERS. I'm at 12%. Ooh, when I make this late move on Verstappen, he was about to turn in. And he had to avoid me, and I am now P1. Even though that might be a bad move per se, we both could have gone out of the race. I am now P1. He is P2. No collisions made. And we're seconds away from the field. I'm almost like 5 seconds away from Norris. And then I set a purple sector 1. And now I have pulled away from Verstappen, where I am he is out of my DRS range. So it looks like this is going to be a win for us. I think the first win ever in the My Team career mode for our team. So this is the first win, as long as we have no problems, the first win in the Everything Team, My Team. And I bring home as the team leader and the #1 driver Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Mick. I am the #1 driver. As the team leader, team boss, team everything, we bring home the first win. Even though I said purple sector 1, I said red sector 2, so I don't think we'll be bringing home the fastest lap this lap, but we still have it. And there's Mark just telling us we have 5 more laps of field, 4 more laps of racing. I have 1.39 more plus fuel mix or whatever. Can't even change it. That was a 132. I skip along. Lap 11 is going to be a 132.416. And of course, nothing happened. So for lap 12 is going to be a 132.565. And then, of course, like always, lap 13, nothing happened. See you. It is going to be a 132.765. This is the final lap of the race. Lap 14 out of 14. And I've just pulled away from the field, and it looks like Max had to make a stop. So he won't even be on the podium. Maybe even the points position. Because the field's overtaken him. So yeah, now it's Vettel P2. And it looks like Norris is out of the race because I don't see other McLaren dot on the map. So Norris is out of the race, so Vettel may be the team leader for this season after all. And then Max, I don't even know what happened with Max. He must have had a battle with someone and gotten damaged. So now, or the top 5 at least, is looking like me in P1 with fastest lap. Might be B though. P2, Sebastian Vettel in the McLaren. P3, Hamilton. P4, Russell. P5, Sainz. Look on the mini map. Then we have a Red Bull of Charles Leclerc, Aston Martin, and then Daniel Ricciardo in the other Ferrari. And P8, or I don't know what position we are in. Maybe that's P9. P9, and Alpine, I'm pretty sure. P10, another Aston Martin. So Max Verstappen will not be bringing in any points today for the team. And there's the checkered flag. We are going to be taking the first win for the team in this new season, starting off Bahrain right. P1, us with fastest lap, I'm pretty sure. And we do get driver of the day. There's Vettel, you know. Yeah, Vettel back on the podium position. Oh, yeah, it looks like there's going to be some new title contenders this year, unlike last season. Look at that, our car in the P1 slot. Hamilton congratulating us. He got P3. Vettel P2. We got P1 between 2 world champions. Not between, in front of 2 world champions. There's a beautiful, subjective, beautiful car. Maybe next season another livery change because I don't know. I feel like that's gonna grow old soon. Let's see the rest of the field. Oh yeah, there's us. Podium celebration, and we hope to see more of those in season 2. New title sponsor, new livery, new everything. Look at that Vettel back on the P2 step. He should be P1 where he belongs, but we also belong. That all 3 of us started the new season right. The team celebrating, all of us celebrating with our champagne. Oh, isn't that nice? Let's see where Mick Schumacher, our new teammate, ended up, and where everyone else ended up. So let's see. We just earned some XP. So we got me, Vettel, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Kevin Magnussen's in an Aston Martin now. Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Ocon, Tsunoda, Piastri, Verstappen, Mick Schumacher, teammate, is now P15. It's pretty good. There's the team in our own separate acclaims. And then let's see the money that we get from our sponsors. We get 565K. There we go. Marketing department event. And now the next race will be the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's just asking who I want my rival to be. And I'm going to pick Daniel Ricciardo in the Ferrari. And this was when the yellow suit was in the game, the yellow Ferrari. And then just sponsor renewals. And then I just renew with them because I like them. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, get us to 170. I can't believe we've grown so much. So thank you.